The sun set slowly over Denpasar, casting a warm golden hue over the busy streets of Bali. For most, it was the ideal holiday destination. Clear blue skies, white sandy beaches, and exotic adventures. But for a group of young Australians, it was the start of a nightmare. Andrew Chan and Myuran Sukumaran were among them, two young men eager to explore the world, blissfully unaware of the dark turn their lives would soon take. "We've got everything set," whispered Andrew to Myuran, glancing nervously around the bustling airport terminal. The drugs were stashed in their luggage, hidden in the most elaborate, carefully crafted compartments. "I just hope it all goes smoothly," Myuran replied, anxiety creeping into his voice. Neither of them had any idea how close they were to crossing a line that would change their lives forever. But that night, their fates would collide with an unforgiving reality. Authorities had been tipped off about the Bali Nine, and the operation to capture the group was already in motion. The flashing blue lights of the Indonesian police vans cut through the night air. Andrew, Myuran, and the others were caught off guard. One by one, they were arrested at the airport, their bags ripped open, revealing the heroin packages tucked away inside. Shock and disbelief flooded their minds, but the harsh reality of the situation had already set in. The Bali Nine were no longer tourists. They were criminals. As Andrew stood in the holding room, shaking with fear, he could hear Myuran's muffled sobs from across the room. The weight of what they had done and what they were about to lose was sinking in. Weeks later, the trial was underway, the courtroom filled with the intense buzz of reporters. The words "death penalty" hung over their heads like an ominous storm cloud. Andrew's heart raced as the judge delivered the verdict. They were to face execution by firing squad. The defense pleaded for mercy. The Australian government fought tirelessly for a reprieve. But the decision had already been made. Bali had no room for drug smugglers. Back in their cramped cells, Andrew and Myuran tried to make sense of the situation. The once carefree youths were now gripped by fear. Their futures had been stolen in the blink of an eye, and nothing could change their fate. The months dragged on. The long hours in the cell were marked only by the ticking of the clock on the wall and the hum of prison life. The once vibrant tourists now spent their days staring out of barred windows, hoping for a miracle that would never come. Andrew tried to stay strong, focusing on his faith and his hope for redemption. But Myuran was different. He spiraled into guilt, drowning in regret. "I should have never agreed to this," he muttered repeatedly, his face haunted by the choices that led him to that fateful day. Andrew, however, began to find solace in the prison's art program. His paintings started to gain recognition, transforming from dark, chaotic strokes into powerful expressions of his remorse and growth. It was his way of showing the world the man he had become, not just the man he was when he stepped off that plane. The sound of the prison gates opening echoed through the night. Andrew and Myuran were taken for what they thought was just another routine transfer. But the guards' cold expressions told them this was different. This was the day. The two men were taken to a remote clearing, the firing squad awaiting them. Their families, who had fought so hard to bring them home, were miles away. Their lawyers had been unsuccessful in halting the execution. As they stood in line, waiting for the inevitable, Andrew's thoughts flashed back to the moment when he first stepped into Bali. He had arrived full of hope, dreaming of a life of adventure, but now he was facing death with nothing but regret. Myuran stood beside him, his eyes distant, his body trembling. But as the guns raised and the order was given, a strange calm washed over him. There was no longer fear, only acceptance. The world would soon forget their names, but in that fleeting moment, they found a form of peace, a peace that had eluded them for so long. The Bali Nine were gone, executed in the coldest of circumstances. Their story, however, lived on, stirring the hearts of those who had followed their journey from the beginning. Years later, people would still talk about the death row tourists, the young Australians whose lives had been marked by one tragic decision. Their story was one of choices, consequences, and the harsh reality of a world where justice could be as unforgiving as it was swift. The legacy of the Bali Nine would remain a cautionary tale for those who dared to dream of fame and fortune at any cost, reminding the world of the fragile nature of life and the price of a single mistake. Like and subscribe for more stories of real-life crime and the unexpected twists that change everything.